First of all, I should like to tell you exactly about that revelation I mentioned before my departure for England. You know, about this destined migration from there to here, no? Hijrah. हाँ वो ठीक है, वो कहाँ है कागजात? First of all, it was Nurul Amin, not Ruhul Amin. And as if you know that about to the day is about to break, and the light of the one who will give protection. So that was the sense in which I mentioned it first to Brigadier Bakri Zaman Sahib, who is married to a cousin of ours, and he has written exactly what I had said to him. He said, you mentioned it to be in Aman Dene Wala Noor, a light which brings protection from the fear and guards you against the evil. He doesn't remember exactly when it was done, but fortunately I had also written to Sheikh Mubarak Ahmad Sahib, who was the missionary in charge here in England at that time. Where's the letter? No, his letter. In which he says, this is my own, in my own hand, the letter I wrote to him on the 19th of October, 10th month, 1983. You see, this is a letter written in my own hand. The date you can read it.
يصحح أمير المؤمنين.
And he, just a minute.
Okay.
I wrote him that, as I said, you know, in the morning I had this vision. So I wrote to him that after the morning prayer, when I lay down for a little rest, before I could go to sleep, I heard the voice of a young man who is very closely known to me by the name of Mubarak. So it was his voice, clearly recognizable, which said, Hudhoor Nurul Amin. Now, naturally, I couldn't understand it to apply to me as such, so I interpreted it as the style was also indicating to something, you know, on the wall, as if something is before me, and the impression was that of the daybreak, the light, and it was said twice, Hudhoor Nurul Amin, Hudhoor Nurul Amin. So I wrote to him that it was clearly a revelation from Allah, and there is no doubt about it that it is a revelation, and also it has a great blessing for us. And I interpreted the voice of Mubarak indicates that it's a blessing from Allah. So, but another interesting thing which happened was, Brigadier Bakri Zaman, whom I had told this, the first man whom I ever told of this, the only two people I remember, one I told Bakri Zaman Sahib and the second Sheikh Mubarak Ahmad Sahib. He somehow came across a vision or a dream of Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, my late father. In this dream, he is addressing my mother. All otherwise, you know, he is addressing my mother, and he says, "वो देखो, वो जो मैं कहता था, वो नूर निकल आया." Look at that. It is the same light of which I used to talk to you. It has, you know, emerged. So he said that when I read this, immediately I remembered that, you know, ilham of yours, and he said, "Oh, it tells exactly." addressed to my mother and saying that, didn't I tell you, the light which I used to talk about has emerged. So this was related to my vision which I also saw. Right?
And what is the name of this gentleman?
This?
Who mentioned this? Who reminded you?
Major was the same, Brigadier Waqi Zaman. Brigadier Waqi Zaman. Waqi uz Zaman.
Waqi uz Zaman.
Waqi uz Zaman.
Waqi uz Zaman.
That's right, yes. So the one whom I told, he also noticed the same dream, you know, and this reminded him of the vision, so he wrote to me. And he has again reminded me that I had earlier written to you that this seems to be connected.